Hello, welcome back to my channel. Guess what finally arrived? Yes, they did. The Trionfi Della illustrated pips, standard and paradoxical. Excuse me. So I thought it'd be kind of curious to look at how they all go together, and I don't know if many of you would be interested, but this would give you a comparison as to how the Marseille version of the Trionfi Della varies to the new illustrated pip version of the Trionfi Della compared to the Deviant Moon Tarot system. The new illustrated pips I feel are slightly more Pixie-esque, RWS-esque, leaning on artwork wise compared to this deck. This deck has nods to it, but not quite so obvious, I don't think. But you can judge for yourself. I'm going to show you them all together. I'm going to try not to get into a 2 and 8 with all of this, because I've tried filming this once and I've had to stop because I got all my cards mixed up and I was pulling out it. Anyway, not your worry. So just to clarify, I have the standard and the paradoxical Trionfi Della Marseille versions, and these are, I think these are versions 2 or edition 2, because the boxes look like this, and the version 1s, the boxes look like this from the collectors that I know around and about. Interestingly, in these versions, these are the top cards that come with them, and in my new illustrated pips version 1s, first editions, they come with these cards, so the cards mirror the opposite boxes, so that's really curious. Just a side note. But I'm so glad I can finally join in with everyone else who's been showing off their decks everywhere. I'm so jealous because they've been in the UK for a couple of days and I was sat waiting for mine, almost distraught, wondering what happened to my order, because, you know, I can't live without my deck. So let's get the top cards off these. I'm going to try not to get myself in a pickle, but we'll just go with it. So with these two decks, they're going to be the same, and I've just put this in for comparison for fun. So we're going to flick through these as fast as I can go. Please, by all means, comment below what you're thinking, what you're anticipating, how you feel the decks differ in feeling. I know these aren't for everyone, and I can't explain it to you, but these are just my favourites. So much so that I'm scared to use the paradoxicals because I only have one of each, and I don't want to destroy them. I have the rose, and I have the backup of the rose, thank goodness. But the rose, just beautiful, beautiful hues, beautiful, gentle deck. Love it so much. It actually overtook this one, but this is still my favourite. I think I have a huge soft spot for the paradoxical. I just need backup copies of it. And then I can use it all the time. But the Marseille version is out of print. That's why I don't use it. I do, however, have a backup copy of the Rose Paradoxical. Well, I don't have backup copies of these new illustrated pips I have. I don't know if I'm being brave or stupid. But the cost to get them into the UK is so huge that, you know, I just can't justify over £200 on a couple of decks. But they're so beautiful. So as I said, the majors in these two are the same. So we're not going to get much difference here. But you can see that we get to compare it with this deck. And the Paradoxical deck plays under black light as well. Something I haven't had the pleasure of doing. That's from when I got myself in a muddle earlier, I think. Love this little Judgment Man. He's so cute. Or Angel, for those who like to name their angels. And we have the beautiful World card, very worldly. In both decks, I like that World card. And here we come. So are you ready? Deep breath. We have the aces. One, two. Okay. So here, there we go. There it is. There's the first pip out. Two of Wands. What is grabby belly. And there's our three. So they're not too dissimilar. There is some four. I like the little kind of eye in the house there. So he's holding his torch. She is Autumn Lights on Instagram. She had a picture of this one, so I was already familiar with her. But she's quite scary. She's one mean Seven of Swords, isn't she? I mean, you're not going to mess with her. She's gonna come at you. She's gonna burn you if you hurt her. Look at these eights. Aren't they great with the faces on? But totally different to this Eight of Swords. Totally different. This one still has the message coming in with the bird and the letter. But yeah, I love how unique these are in their depictions. Very similar. Page. So these are the same. He's such a dude, isn't he? With his little pimp stick. Okay, here we go then. Ace of Cups. Let's get to the twos. For people who like a little bit of light amusement. Fours. James's Meh card. sorry. Just try not to get them too confused. So I really like these. This one, however, with the butterflies flying out and around, it's beautiful. And that one's a little bit more punchy, Punch and Judy, a bit more pantomime. Moving on to our 8. Oh, isn't that great? He looks so arrogant, walking off, like nose held high in the air, stick in hand, proud, and off you go, rather than the kind of shunning away, running away from everything. I like the Paradoxical, hands down, that's my favourite image of this one. Number 10, Happy Families. And then our pages. Queen of Cups. She does hold a very beautiful cup, does she not? And our King. And we come into the Swords. The aces of this deck, I have to say, illustration wise, blow me away. They're amazing. So, are you ready? Let's undo that one. What do we got? There we go. There is some similarities, aren't there? So 3. Okay, anyone else? Marilyn Manson? Love this card. A little baby in the flowers. Almost being protected by the swords while they rest. Oh, I don't know. Cutting off your own head to spite yourself. I don't know about that. That's one of my favourite, 6 of Swords. This one's not too bad, actually. I think this version to this version, it's all about the colour, isn't it? What colourway grabs you. Ooh. Yeah, so that's very standard, isn't it? But this one, words can cut. There are consequences if you want to play with words. I just realised I'm sighing along with my dog there, sorry. I do like that. Just the image alone. In fact, I prefer it to that one. And here we have the 9. Very different. This one's almost more standardised, isn't it, in this case, and this one not so much. And there's our 10. Again, as somebody in the Deviant group pointed out, this poor guy doesn't have much luck, although he still has use of his hands here, I feel. There's a positive. Whereas in this one, you know, he's lost use of that hand and that arm and he's all been pinned in, but here we still have hands. So you can still, you know, free yourself from that torment. Don't know how, but you can. And then we have our pages. definitely been pacing the old floorboards waiting for this to arrive, I tell you. Especially once I knew it was already in the UK. That was kind of it then. It was like, where's my deck? So I know years ago, Patrick talked and hinted about this deck on the Hermit's Cave when he did an interview with Simon. So we kind of got the heads up quite a few years ago that this one was coming. And here it is. We have our Three of Queens. I like that one. But this one repeats further up in the story. For anyone who's not sure. There we have our fours. I like these fours with the shields. He looks a bit greedy, right? Although I love the guy hanging out there in the back. Watching, waiting. Where am I? Did I miss one? Wait a minute. That one. 6. I told you. It wasn't going to take long before I started muddling up my piles. Obvious reasons. I don't want to muddle up my piles, but this is just beautiful. I love this 7 of coins. I love the colours. I love just the way it's been done in the flowers. She's my favourite in this deck, but I do really, really like this one. I love how it comes out in the paradoxical versions too. So there's the guy that we saw in the 3, or one of the people we think from the 3 here, working away. I just think the peacocking here is beautiful, and then how it comes out in the paradoxical, it almost makes it pop even more. That's what I love about the paradoxical, is just some of the colours really come to life and have a life of their own, in fact. And some of the images and detail just comes out that I don't see in this one. So in this one I don't really notice the stars so much. I know they're there, I don't really notice them, but here they really do jump out at me. The colours kind of catch my eye a lot more. So Page of Pentacles. Knights. And they've all got round bellies of some description. We have our Queen. And our Kings. And then we move on to something extra. So let's see what we got. Okay. So we have an extra Bacchus card in the Marseille deck, which is a Hierophant or number 5. In my paradoxical, I have an extra lightning card or tower card or house god card, however you want to call it. I have a devil and 2 extra devils here for my new decks. So let's get the devils off. Oh, there we go. I'll put that one back down. Take the devils out of the way. That's the House of God card that I was referring to. I've got those in the wrong place. I think I might have put something in the wrong order. Sorry, let me just mix them around. Yep, so there's our House of God. Then we have the Lightning, Tower, or the other version of the House of God. We have the Astronomer. I like him, and he normally sits in the deck, so I take the Star Lady out and I put him in usually. We have a variation to the Judgment card. Then on my second editions of the Marseille, we get the extra Oracle cards, 1 to 10. So we'll get those out of the way. And you can work with them in the deck quite nicely. So there we go. That's my Trionfi Standards. And then we got the extra devil cards in this deck. So we have 5 extra devils. 1, 2, 3, 'Am I miscounting? 4? Did I say 5? Was it 6? 5, 6, 7 extra devils. But she's a lady. And there's very RWS devil-esque, a bit scarier, I'll grant you that. But that's the... So, that's those amazing decks. And then just to complete the whole series, because why not? I thought I'd better show you the beasts that came last year, or the year before, I can't remember now actually. So we'll just quickly show you the beasts. So these are the alternative majors to the Trionfi Della Luna original Marseille. But I guess it wouldn't matter, you could mix them into either deck, wouldn't make much difference. And as I've said before, there is a deck from Europe, from, I don't know, 1800s or something, maybe more earlier, that these are based upon. I don't know the name. I think I've challenged Masha at Masha's Musings with Masha to look into this, because she is a real intelligent person when it comes to Marseille, the history, where they came from, how they were developed, creators, comparisons, types 1 and types 2. Yeah, she really does know her stuff. So I've challenged her to educate me on this deck and where it came from. So in the Beasts pack, we got those 2 extras with that Beast pack for the Paradoxicals to make up for what was already in the Trionfis. So we had some extra cards. So there you go. That is my comparison of all the decks. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in comments, which ones did you buy? Did you get them? Were you tempted? Are you really not tempted at all? Does this turn you off completely? But thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.